When you hear the words electric car, you probably aren't that excited. And with good reason, because they're not that exciting unless you're an engineer like JF and a geek. But anyway, you probably should give a shit about this car because in some form or fashion, we all paid for it. I introduce to you the 2011 Chevrolet Volt here on FLDetours. This car has been getting me accosted every time I stop. Every time I stop this car, Yin and I, we have not been able to get 1 ounce of work done just because there are so many people coming up to us asking us questions about it. But aside from that, let's get down to brass tacks and talk about the car. This is supposedly the most advanced vehicle ever built. There's 2 different ways this car drives. It drives on the electric unit, and then on top of that it has the gas-powered motor, which kind of cycles on and off. When you're on the full electric charge, you can get anywhere from 25 to 50 miles. I've done it now 2 full charges, and I've gotten 40, 42, somewhere in that range. And then the second time I did it, which was today, I got 38.6. Not too bad. A 25 to 50 mile range is dependent upon several things. 1, your driving style. 2, the type of terrain you're on. And 3, the temperature outside. This morning I drove it about, give or take, 5 miles, and I already noticed there was a little bit difference as opposed to the first time I drove it because it was a little bit colder outside. If you're interested in this vehicle, probably the most important thing is the battery, and it's gigantic. It's 5.5 feet just about, and it weighs 435 pounds. Just put that in perspective. It's shaped like a T and pretty much runs from here into the back and underneath the rear seats from what I understand. It's gigantic and it holds a lot of this car's power. The whole car weighs about 3,700 pounds, give or take, and you know, surprisingly it drives pretty good, and it drives a lot more, you know, more engaging than say a Prius. It drives a lot like a Buick Regal Turbo. But while the Buick Regal is fun in the corners, this isn't exactly all about that. It's not a handler, and that's because it's not meant to be one. It's really just a car that's meant to save gas. If you have the opportunity to get behind the wheel of a Volt, this is what you're going to be encountered with on the interior. You got 2 7-inch screens here, and you got this one right here in the center, which pretty much shows you all of your charging information. So as you can see here, we've got, you know, your energy info. We've driven 38.6 miles today on the electric charge and 38.5 on the electric generator. You can see we've been getting so far 66.6 miles to the gallon. And yeah, that's all you need to see there. Now the interesting stuff comes when you start, you know, going through the charging menu. You can see with a 120 volt jack that it'll take until about 12 a.m. to fully charge this beast up. Or, well, no, it's not really a beast, would you say? Anyway, with a 240 volt jack, it'll take till 5:15 p.m. Now, if you want to change the charging mode, you can have it as we have it set now, so when you immediately plug it in, it just charges right away. You can also set it so you can delay it based on your departure time. So if you come home from work at, say, 7 p.m., you can plug the car in, but it won't start charging until you set it at your, say you want to start charging at 4 a.m. and have it go to 8 a.m. before you leave for work. And then beneath that, you can delay it based on the electric rates and your departure time, so you can save a little bit of money there. But wait! There's more technology. Now, if you have a smartphone, you can get the OnStar MyLink application here, and you can pretty much just do about everything you need to see. So, in this screen here, the home screen, you can pretty much see where your battery's at, last time it charged, miles. With the remote here, you can unlock the doors, lock the doors, you can remote start the car, set the alarm off, whatever. And when you go to the charging screen here, you can change the charging modes as we saw through here. So it's all just right here at the click of a button. Now the thing about this car is, when you compare it to the Toyota Prius plug-in that I had a couple weeks back, this car is just kicking its ass up and down the court, because it's just, you know, when you get in the Prius, you have to constantly be kind of trying to eke out the miles. You have to go from, you know, the drive mode to braking mode. This, you just get in and go, which is awesome. And the electric motor, even when it's all by itself, it's much quicker than the Prius was. Now, probably the most important thing about this car is aerodynamics. Now check this out, come over here. You got this right here, it's pretty much flush. And look at these tight seams right here. Everything's very tightly done, just so you can keep aerodynamics. We got this steep rake on this windshield here. Basically, it's so aerodynamic, it adds an extra 8 miles to the electric range. That's huge. Long story short, the car is essentially as good as they say it is. It really is extremely capable, and it really just beats up the Toyota Prius plug-in that I had not too long ago. It really takes a stick and just whacks it over the head a couple times, because it drives better. And I mean, you get that extra mileage on the charge. The Prius is like, you know, 10 to 15. This one's 25 to 50. most likely on the higher side. And this is just a little bit more fun to drive. It feels just a little bit more, just a little bit better. Yeah, it costs about $41,000, but that's without the $7,500 tax credit. So you're talking realistically $33,500. This is a great car for somebody that's not really into driving that much. You know why? Because when I drive this car, I feel relaxed. I don't have the motor. You hear that? Silence. You don't hear very much. It's just a very chilled out experience. This car is a good car. It's a great car. You know, I'm not even that angry that my taxpayer dollars went to it. So, with that said, Volt gets a thumbs up. That's FLDetours.